Good afternoon. Today's reading is going to be a fun one by Tarot Pros. Their TarotAdLib, which is pretty much what my tarot reading is just ad lib. And this is a book that I started and forgot about, so we're going to just continue in it. And so for February 1 February, the TarotAdLib prompt. For today is, I welcome a month full of blank, and I need to let go of blank to make room for something better. And I promised myself that I would do a month of using more of my decks throughout the year. And so the next deck on my list is Faërie Enchantments. I did the Star Tarot for January, and I'm going to work on trying to use my Faërie Enchantments for the month of February. And I always throw in extra decks, so we'll see which decks I throw in as the month progresses. So let's shuffle this one. And this is a very interesting deck by Ian Daniels, who also did Tarot of the Vampires. And it's two-sided descriptions on one side and images of the fairy on the other. So Gwyn, and here's the art that represents Gwyn. And this is a deck that I don't like. I like to riffle shuffle, but this is a deck I'd rather not riffle shuffle, so I do a curious method of pulling a card from the top and the bottom of the stack and making piles. Sometimes I make piles for each of the positions, which I kind of did just now since there are 2 positions for the 2 different questions. And so we will continue like that. So we've got the first question. I welcome a month, TH, full of blank, and a second pile for the second question. Okay, I guess you belong there. That's something else I do when I'm shuffling. Just let the cards go where they will. And for this one, my style isn't to pull from the top. If you've watched me much, I will just go through and flip the cards from the stack. So we've got blue wood, crystallized intellectual thoughts, colors, bright orange, other keywords, colors, stones, animals. So we got bright orange, lodolite is a stone, time of day, late morning, plant, yarrow, lizard, white owl, incense, mountain. And I'll just put the rune for Bloodwad. I wish I could pronounce that correctly. And let's look up Bloodwad in the guidebook. Let me see. Okay, page 99. I should have just gone to the index. Excuse me. Okay. Had a short disruption. Let's get going. And I forgot to turn on my music. I need my music. Okay. Blothwide is the May Queen, also known as the Ninefold Goddess of the Western Isles of Paradise. Her name translates as flower face. New growth. Bloodwald symbolizes the beauty of early summer, eternal hope, rejuvenation, and crystallization of the spiritual into form. This supremely beautiful goddess was created from the flowers of the oak, broom, and meadowsweet by the enchanters Meth and Gwydion as a wife for Liu. She represents the fertile, fragrant beauty of the earth in bloom in Celtic myth. Otherworldly women represent the land, and their union with mortals symbolized marrying the land and thus establishing divine sovereignty. In this way, she ensures Liu's kinship, being created from the flowers of the mighty oak and the flowers of a healing nature. She empowered Liu and enabled him to rejuvenate. Her later seeming betrayal secured his destiny, enabling him to experience the ritual death and rebirth of spiritual transformation. Oneness with Awen, the essence of nature, leads to a deep sense of spiritual belonging, insight, and ability to govern its flow. As the essence of air, this card signifies the initial crystallization of an idea from the infinite possibilities of Awen. Divine inspiration, a new idea, original thinking, or creative vision signifies a breakthrough. Pursue new opportunities in this period of great mental insight, clarity, and potential. A sudden conscious understanding is imminent. Blues Wild can reveal the beginning of a situation, particularly related to intellectual reason or an inspired idea. Expand and direct this concept into a structured form by use of enchantments and by focusing your thoughts and will on your design. Enhance specific energy and vibrations by burning an incense or oil or resin with properties and effects related to an enchantment. not growth. Ochre, rhodonite, June, alder, white horse, wry neck, knot, archway. Olwen is a sun goddess whose name means golden wheel. She represents reconciliation, renewal, love, and creativity, uniting the divine and the earthly into one whole. Her suitor, Kolwich, completed a mystical quest to find her after her father, knowing the world would die if their marriage took place, hid her. This symbolizes the restoration of the sun and new life from the darkness of winter. Olwen is known as the Lady of the White Tracks, as beneath her footsteps the flowers of spring would blossom. She brings to the sun to warm the earth after the cold winter. Energizing the seeds you have nurtured. She signifies the union and absorption into the divine, attained through gentle contemplation, reflection, love, and self-surrender. Invigorate yourself with Olwen's impulses to bring deeper joy and vibrant energy. She indicates a mutual, affectionate relationship. The card can foretell of a wondrous awakening, or that the time is right to blossom in a new, inspired way. The merging of opposites or mutual attraction is indicated, drawing two entities together, whether people, ideas, or events. When this card appears, it could also mean that two opposing forces need to be reconciled. There may be a decision to be made, though you will instinctively know your path by the feelings of vibrant joy it instills, even if it means veering from an existing one. When referring to a relationship, this can be related to romance, friendship, a creative partnership, existing or soon to manifest. In the realm of affection, romantic, or for one that you love, such as a child, allow yourself to be lost in love. Surrender the ego and embrace love's secret power. This also applies to your inner sphere, allowing you to merge with the blissful flow of a wind, lost in the ecstasy, beauty, and wonder of life. Energize a person, charm, or rune, or object by directing positive, loving thoughts to them. Hmm. Broaden. I've had a narrow view, broaden, the way I observe. My path. And who is part of it. Well, I guess that does us. This ended up being a bit longer than I expected. So we have Blutterweed, and Olwyn, stay safe, peace, love you all, toodles.